Hi and welcome to the latest HR180 vlog. Today we're going to be asking, can staying with a company too long hurt your career? And if you are thinking of changing jobs, what should you be seriously considering before jumping ship? I'm sure you'll have realised most of our blogs are aimed at owner-managers. However, we do work with a number of very committed, loyal and dedicated managers and employees, some of whom sometimes ask us whether they should move on in their careers. Of course, everyone's career path is different and job roles and opportunities change along the way for all sorts of different reasons. This giving people reason to stay for the long haul or decide it's time to move on. Here at HR180, we do know that the average time spent in a job can vary a lot depending upon a person's occupation, the industry they work in, their age and their gender. And we see these factors affecting many different clients that HR180 work with. I'm often asked, should I stay or should I go? And I give the following advice. Whether you've been in the same job for a long time or have held several different jobs along the way, it's really interesting to consider what a future employer's perception is of what's on your CV and the number of jobs you've held in the past. No matter how good your CV may look, rightly or wrongly, employers still have a perception of candidates who stay for the long term versus those who have job hopped. And this can become apparent during the recruitment process. So for ease, let's just call these two groups the stayers and the hoppers. Employers can look at candidates negatively and positively in both scenarios and may ask, are the stayers not motivated or no longer driven in their roles, or have they just become too comfortable in what they do to be effective in a new role with a new employer? Or might a new employer think that the stayers are loyal, committed and have come with a wealth of specialist knowledge having spent a long time with one employer? We should also remember that it's sometimes the case that the stayers have been forced from their chosen long-term career due to perhaps redundancy or a company closure and may have had no choice but to look for a new career. On the flip side, employers could also ask, do the hoppers offer a more diverse set of skills, show adaptability in how they work and perhaps have gained a wider perspective about best practices across a range of companies? Or do they struggle to commit or hold down a job for the long term and perhaps not worth investing in? That could be the case. The answer is for candidates to take full advantage of the application and the interview stage to explain clearly the reasons for staying or hopping. Candidates should highlight all the great things they can offer to a prospective employer, and similarly, employers should ask all the right questions at interview to find out as much information from candidates, why they have stayed for the long term or they've moved around. So deciding it's time to go, for anyone thinking about a change in job, there will always be the personal versus the professional reasons for moving on and moving up the career ladder or perhaps looking for more money. But there are factors that might be worth considering. For example, have you stopped learning new things? Are you no longer challenged in your role? Are the career opportunities you want, are they available with your current employer? Do you struggle with work-life balance? Are family commitments making demands on your time that you want to change? That could be the elderly or children. And are you just complaining about work too much? Are you working in a negative environment? Or have you just outgrown your role and the company? The list is endless, but you need to try and be honest and realistic with yourself and really try to understand why you are unhappy. It may be that the culture that exists within your current place of work is just no longer a fit for you at your time of life. So why does company culture matter so much? It's really important in any business because having the right culture means that employees are much more likely to enjoy their time at work. So what do we mean by culture? It is basically the personality of a company. It includes a variety of elements, including the working environment, that can be formal or informal, the general purpose of the company values, the company ethics, employee expectations and opportunities that are offered, and well-being. So when you decide to look for a new job, how do you find out what the culture is really like within a new employer? And will it be the right fit for you? There are a number of things that you can do. Check out the company website. In particular, look at the company's About Us section, which will give you lots of information. Do some research, look beyond the company website. There's a number of forums online where you can research the company. Speak to people that have perhaps knowledge or experience of that company and perhaps worked there in the past or are currently working there. Ask the right questions at interview. Make sure there's a good fit for you. If you're not going to be happy working at a job within a company, it's maybe better to pass the opportunity and move on. So going back to our original question, can staying with a company hurt your career? In my opinion, no, but do think really carefully about why you want a new role, and most importantly, what does your new employer offer in terms of value, fit and culture? If you make the right choice with your new employer and the culture is right, your colleagues will be forgiving, supportive, appreciate the knowledge and skills that you bring with you. And if you are an employer, think carefully about your own company culture, and does it attract like-minded people that will be a fit for you and your business? The things you thought were so important are perhaps not the true reason you want to leave in the first place. So, take the steps, be brave, believe in your experience and ability, stretch yourself, allow yourself to step outside your comfort zone. You will feel refreshed and revitalised and take on new challenges by making the right choices, and above all, good luck. Thanks for watching.